Welcome to another episode of Yelling at Pigeons. Today is Tuesday, August 20th. And Caleb, what do you got for me today?
So NFL preseason. We're running NFL preseason. Patrick Mahomes back behind the back pass. Pretty cool. Him and Travis Kelce both agreed that they did not practice that play. Like it was just a random. Like he got upset at Travis Kelce for running the wrong route. And I'm woke on that because there's video from when Tyreek Hill was still on the team running the essentially same exact play, and Patrick Mahomes throwing it behind his back.
I like
that.
it.
That was
it's not the first time he's done that.
No, that was a planned play. Like, yeah, it's cool to say that it was not made. They wanted to run that, and they ran it in preseason. And I almost guarantee that they're going to do it again in the regular season. They were just upset that they used it already.
And the hater in me, I'm going to be the Paul George of the scenario and be the one that's like, that's a bad shot, even though he made it. That's a bad shot.
Yeah.
I don't need to be going behind the back.
It was really cool.
Sick. It was
so
sick.
Cool. And Patrick Mahomes is incredible.
But I'm gonna stand on my Paul George. That's a bad shot take.
It would be so cool if they. I mean, again, they have a chance to win the Super Bowl again. If they won the Super Bowl on that play, it would be so cool. It's a highlight play, but don't claim that it was not like you didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like
it was on purpose. It's like that time LeBron and AD. What show was it? Where like, yo, did you see the finale of whatever? Oh, whoops! Were the mics hot? I didn't realize they were on yet.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
What show was that? Do you remember?
I can't remember. But yeah, they just wanted to seem cool and like they were talking about a show.
Yeah, it was bad.
Me personally, I like Patrick Mahomes. I know the Bills have a rivalry with the Chiefs.
Yeah. I like Mahomes. We just have a rivalry.
I like Travis Kelce too, but don't claim that he ran the wrong route when they showed the clip from the practice and it's essentially the same play that Tyreek Hill ran. So
at the very least, Mahomes knew he was going to try it.
Yeah,
bare minimum.
But also, Travis Kelce was looking for it. If he wasn't looking for it, then because he was like he's already had his head turned, like it was going to be a pass right there.
Well, he could have been looking for a pass, just not behind the back.
True, but yeah, I'm woke on it. I think that they had practiced it, at least talked about it.
No, I like that take.
Yeah. In other news for that preseason, Steelers QB battle. Don't know if you want to dig into this yet.
We can get
I watched a lot of the game. Russell Wilson didn't look bad. The offensive line was struggling. There's some injuries on the offensive line. But Justin Fields is so much fun to watch.
He's electric.
He's so much fun.
Electric.
That's where I had this take. I was texting somebody about Gardner Minshew getting the job in Oakland. Like, if the Steelers don't necessarily think that they can win this year, which I think that they're a franchise that thinks they can win every year, but if they're like, oh, we're so missing pieces, play Justin Fields. He's going to be so much more fun for the fans, the same way as Gardner Minshew is going to be more fun. If it's that close, like, at least get the fun guy in there that's going to sell tickets, sell more jerseys, and be so much fun to watch. That play where he was essentially sacked and rolled out to the left and hit, I don't even remember who it was, right on the sideline, and it was just such a beautiful play. I don't remember
who it was either, but that was a nice play.
Welcome to preseason. We don't always remember exactly they might not even make the team, but so that's my vote. If I had a vote, I don't. I'm a Packers owner, not a Steelers owner.
True.
But I'm a Steelers fan.
Likewise.
So I would say that Justin Fields should get that play because he's younger. Give him time to develop. The team has already said that they like him. I think that they would like to have him signed on for a long-term deal if he has the chance to play and show himself. I think that'd be really fun. And listen, the Ravens have a running back. We have to compete with a running back as well. Why not have?
Yeah.
I mean, half the division having running backs as quarterbacks would be electric.
That is very true. Half the division. You could argue the whole division.
Joe Burrow, less of a running back.
Yeah. I mean, he can move. But not like that.
But especially with his
3/4 of the division mobile because Watson can move.
Yeah, he can move.
Although he is pass first, but he can move.
Pass first, but Joe Burrow with the injuries, we don't know
Watson will make a move whether you let him or not.
Yeah, he's going to make
the
that
joke
move.
was there. I got there eventually.
Yeah, but then
yeah,
that's
I was
my
gonna say
on
on Bills Steelers, what a snooze fest that was. That game sucked. No one won that game. We all lost.
We all
for
lost,
having
especially the
witnessed
fans.
it. Yeah, like it was already bad enough that it's preseason, which tends to be a little less exciting. But it was so bad. What was it, 9-3? I think was the final score.
Yeah, and the Steelers missed a field goal and then went for it on fourth down twice in field goal range.
Yeah. One of which was a stop by the Cinderella story of the Bills camp, which is Joe Andreessen, local guy, went to the same high school my parents graduated from. It's really cool story.
He was
shout out. He was brought in for basically just a rookie camp body. Like, you're probably not going to get a shot, but we got to fill these spots somehow. So he comes in because he had just played his last year, which he played at Buffalo, and he apparently was impressive in rookie minicamp. So all right, let's bring him on training camp, see what happens. And now it's probably going to be hard to keep him off the 53. We'll see. I would say practice squad at best. So really cool for him. I think he led the team in tackles on Saturday with 12.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Really cool.
Another thing I have on notes for preseason, I guess it's before the games, JJ McCarthy being out. I know we're both kind of JJ haters, but realists, but I was excited to see what he could do in that system, and exciting for Sam Darnold because I think Sam Darnold still has a little bit in the tank.
We're gonna find out. This is the last chance to find out.
He's gonna have targets.
He's got weapons. He's got coaching.
It sucks that Jordan Addison got hurt, but he still has a lot of targets and a lot of weapons and a good defense. So we'll see. I think it'll be fun. And then still in that division, we're going. I guess I'm just running this conversation right now. My bad.
No, you're good.
We go to Chicago and Caleb Williams, man.
Still him. Last week we told you guys he was him.
Still him.
Weekly update on Caleb Williams. Still him.
Yeah, that connection with Rogodunze is could be fun for years to come. They have.
I still stand by. I think he's going to throw a lot of picks his rookie year. He hasn't thrown any yet in preseason, but against starters in a real game, some of the stuff he tries, he's going to make mistakes, but he's going to make up for it. You don't get the amazing plays that he's going to make without the interceptions he's going to throw.
Just as long as he doesn't get gun shy from that. I mean,
exactly.
I know people say it all the time, but look at Peyton Manning, rookie record for interceptions, and is now one of the. I mean, I know that's hard to say. Somebody who
it also means everyone else that had that many interceptions.
Yes,
wasn't Peyton Manning.
That's true. That's true.
But I see your point. It's just a reminder that hey, if they have a lot of picks their rookie year, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, they have a lot,
especially in a guy like Caleb Williams' case, where he's so talented, he has such insane arm talent. There's not a single throw he doesn't think he can make, so he's gonna try, and he'll learn the hard way on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But he is so good that there'll be enough good plays where you'll take it. Yeah. Similar to as a Bills fan, I'm literally wearing a Bills jersey. Josh Allen's like that. Sometimes you're going to get a weird looking interception, and to the naked eye, you're like, why would he even try that? Because probably 29 or 30 other QBs would have no chance. But sometimes it works because he's one of the few that can, and you just live with that.
Yeah, and he's going to be fun to watch, and if anything, the city of Chicago will enjoy watching him play football.
Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome. They're going to be good. They got a good roster this year.
Yeah. Did you have anything else on preseason? Those were my notes. I didn't really watch a whole lot, but
I have I guess a minute that I have to eat some humble pie. I might have been wrong about Bo Nix. It's early. Yeah. I'm not going to backtrack yet because it's only preseason. I'm going to give myself a chance to still be right. But he looks pretty good.
Listen,
he looks pretty good.
I'm a day one Bo Nix hater. I will proudly admit that. Not more than I guess we're JJ McCarthy realists, but even at Auburn, I was I cannot stand him. How I just don't like him. Overrated. Throws a lot of picks. Bo picks. But he looked good. He looked really good.
He did. He did.
He was fun. And what did you had that You picked that game? You bet on that game?
Yeah. I was not smart enough to check who was playing for the Packers. They played none of their starters
Yeah, it makes
at
sense.
all,
Preseason.
especially Jordan Love. So it started with what's his name? The backup. I can't think of his name. Penn
Sean
State.
Clifford? You're
Sean
going to
Clifford,
disrespect Sean Clifford like that?
certified bum. He came out. The guy from Tulane came in. He was also a bum. The defense was a bunch of bums. The Packers, I'm very high on the Packers this year, but let me tell you, they better stay healthy
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
those
Jordan Love
backups are some
needs to stay.
scrubs.
He needs to stay healthy, or else that team's going to be in a world of trouble.
The whole team needs to stay healthy.
Yeah. And
It's bad.
listen, as an owner, I'm going to do my best. I know you're going to do your best as well, just to make sure that those guys are healthy. They're getting all the medical attention they need because we, it'd be fun to go on a run this year.
Yeah. I would love to get a ring. Add a little ring as an owner.
Yeah.
Be pretty cool. I do think that Packers have a legit chance to come out of the NFC. I thought they should have beat, coulda, woulda, but the Niners last year in the postseason, they had, I think Purdy threw like 2 or 3 picks, would-be picks that went right through Packers' hands because it was the weather. I believe it was raining for that game. So really close to, being a Super Bowl team last year because they would have been matched up against a division opponent next week in Detroit, and that game could go either way. So
who knows what happens there?
We got a good team.
So we'll see what happens.
Is that all for you for preseason?
Yeah, that's really all I have. That's really all I have for sports this week in general. So it's gonna be...
I'll mention one other thing. Our boy that we mentioned in, I think it was our first episode, maybe second, the guy that dunked on LeBron.
Yeah, he did.
Yabu.
He got signed. Yeah,
he got signed by the Sixers. So shout out Yabu. Love to see it. That's all I really had on that. I have a headline for you that I don't think we've mentioned at all. Meth candy.
Okay.
You familiar with this headline?
I'm not familiar with this candy.
So someone accidentally donated meth candy to a food bank in New Zealand. So the candy, apparently this is common for them to disguise meth so they can smuggle it. They put it in this candy or whatever, and someone donated a bunch of it to this food bank, and the authorities believe it was not intentional because typically you wouldn't give away your product.
Yeah, no.
They think they just kind of donated the wrong box, and the candy contained over 300 times the amount someone would usually take and could be lethal. So imagine being the guy when you realize you made that mistake, and you can't go to the food bank and be like, yeah, that candy has meth in it, so you gotta just probably cross your fingers. But apparently they distributed it and stuff, and they had to cut it off before they gave out too much because they realized what it was.
That's crazy.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Yeah, I don't even. How do they even figure out that it's meth? I guess someone eats some and dies.
Someone must have been tripping or something.
Yeah.
Oh man. Another headline. This one we discussed just to the extent of saying we'll talk about it on the pod.
Yeah.
But according to the New York Times, raw dogging a flight can kill you. Or sorry, New York Post. I should say.
We'll give them
one nutritional expert, I guess it was quoted as saying it's one of the most dangerous trends. Thoughts?
Did this person remember when people were eating Tide Pods?
That's a good point. Maybe that's why they said it's one of the most dangerous trends.
Okay. Or the random
guy
that climb high buildings without any gear and just jump around.
Definitely a dangerous trend.
Planking.
What else is dangerous? Planking is dangerous. Doing drugs.
Yeah, that's
trendy at times, depending on the drug. Also dangerous.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dangerous trends. Technically, everything that's dangerous is a dangerous trend in some form. But no, that's crazy. I guess their explanation was that they believe everyone that's doing that isn't drinking water or eating any food, which I think is the case for some. But when I heard the term, I thought they just meant no entertainment, not the TV on the flight, not your phone, music.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw people without headphones, people without any books or anything, and they were just staring straight at the back of the seat, which is really funny to think about because if you're on an 8-hour flight, that is crazy to do.
Brutal. Yeah, that's brutal.
Going
But yeah, I guess
across.
they were like you dehydrate more easily in high altitude or something, so
Yeah.
like it can be extremely dangerous. I don't know. I think I think they're full of baloney.
Yeah, they're a
But who
little
knows?
overblowing it. That one there was I mean, we tweeted it out. Something that I want to talk about is New York City. They're gonna have the giant pigeon.
Yes.
And Luke,
I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot to note it.
we could do the funniest thing.
We have.
Imagine if we just set up a
Yo,
table.
yelling at pigeons has a chance to do the funniest thing.
Imagine if we just went to New York City, set up a computer with some mics, and right next to the pigeon, and just one yelled at
be
it,
incredible.
And two just filmed a pod. It would be awesome. We could have
it would be so
people
cool.
from
We
the
could title
streets.
that one. Yeah, we could title that one like
Actually
yelling with
yelling at pigeons or with pigeons.
Yeah, yelling with pigeon, yelling in front of the pigeon, yapping at the pigeon.
Yeah, it would be
the options are
all time.
endless.
It would be all time because
pretty interesting timing from New York City, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, listen, we're starting to blow up. We got 20 views on YouTube and 12
one of them must have been the New York City mayor.
Oh man, but yeah, I think that's awesome. If I don't know how long it's going to be up there, but if I end up getting up to Maryland, we have to make a trip to go at least get a picture. I'm just
assuming it's permanent.
Yeah,
permanent pigeon statue.
If I'm in Maryland for Christmas, we need to make a quick road trip to the pigeon.
Maybe we could do. I want to do a Knicks game this season.
Okay,
I think that'd be super cool. So, and I think Frack is loosely attached to this plan.
Okay.
So we could see Frack as well.
He could be our photo guy.
Yeah. We could take our picture with the pigeon.
It was just so funny when I saw it on Instagram. It was like, this could be huge. It's a huge pigeon.
We need to try to like build a bigger following so we can get people to submit videos of them yelling at it.
Yeah.
Like get a big following in New York and we'll do the day that everyone yells at the pigeon. We'll do like a Facebook event. Everyone show up and yell at the pigeon.
Yeah. That'd be really, really funny. So I know you give me a lot of heat for not watching movies when they come out. This afternoon, actually, I watched a great film. I believe this is one of the ones that you've seen.
Okay.
I watched National Treasure.
Nice. It's been a long time.
I was just great film.
Yes, very good film.
I don't know what the discourse on Nick Cage is, but he's a great actor.
I think Nick Cage is similar. He's kind of like the Nickelback of acting. Yeah. I think he was kind of a running joke for a long time. Yeah. And then people were like, kind of came around on him like, yeah, it was a joke, but like, he's pretty good.
Yeah, like I'm like getting old, so I need naps every once in a while. So I was like laying down to take a nap, and I was like scrolling, see what movie I wanted to watch, and National Treasure popped up. I didn't take a nap. I watched the movie.
Nice.
100% worth it.
You can't sleep during National Treasure.
No, we got to steal the Declaration of Independence. Nobody sleeps when we have to steal the Declaration.
Did you hear what he said recently about the idea of them maybe making another one?
No,
I'm intrigued. There were rumors that don't get your hopes up. There were rumors that there was going to be another one.
Okay.
And he was even pushing for it. He wanted this to happen. And someone asked him whether or not there was any progress on this happening. And this is not verbatim, but it was something along the lines of, if you're looking for the magic, don't go to Disney. There's none there. Because Disney wouldn't greenlight him on a new National Treasure. I was like, what a deep quote about just because you want to make another National Treasure and they won't let you. But I stand
for the magic. Do not go to Disney.
There's none there.
Yeah. So maybe somebody else. Maybe it would just be a Netflix original. They always pick up stuff like that. Though. Yeah, but we need adult me needs another National Treasure. I actually was about to watch National Treasure 2 before we got on here. But figured I wasn't going to have enough time, so I just put it off. But probably tonight I will be watching National Treasure 2. I don't remember as much from that one. But Nick Cage, and speaking of Nick Cage, this is a crazy, like I didn't even plan on this. He's playing John Madden.
I'm glad you're bringing this up. Yep, I was going to ask you about this. Interesting casting, but I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I thought they were going to get maybe a bigger guy.
Yeah, is he gonna wear a fat suit? Do you think?
Maybe, but also they might
Or are
just.
we gonna do revisionist history and say that they had the same build?
Yeah, that's possible. I think part of my take was talking about it, and they were like, "Oh, we need to get him in the booth, calling some games,
Yeah,
so that they can get
I
video
heard
of
them
it,
mention that.
just like Jake Gyllenhaal. We hate Jake Gyllenhaal. He should not have done those. Been so mean to Taylor Swift.
No, her
We
scarf, bro. Give her scarf back.
give her scarf
Jake.
back.
Give
We
her
are
scarf back.
we are team Taylor Swift. But how he was for Roadhouse doing the UFC fights, like during intermissions and stuff, like even during halftime, if we got him in the booth calling us a game, would be so awesome.
It would be awesome. But it's got to be like not just for the film, like put him on the airwaves.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear it. I want him doing his John Madden voice.
Yeah,
just put him on there for a quarter.
Do you think
It'll be so electric.
It's going to happen to him like with Austin Butler when he did Elvis, where his voice just doesn't go back to normal?
He just gets stuck as
John Madden voice.
All of a sudden, Nick Cage is just, like obsessed with like turduckens and stuff like that. It would be electric. Just spilling stuff all over his shirt.
That would be
all the
so
time.
Awesome. That would be
one underrated thing about, or not underrated, but like untalked about thing. You mentioned PMT throwing out the idea of him calling in the booth. The movie night, it might not really involve his commentary.
Yeah, it's talking about the game, right?
Like it's probably more so about his early years and then his coaching.
Yeah. So
I mean, maybe they'll go. Maybe that's the whole life. I guess you would cover that.
I think they talked about something, or not they. Like I saw something where like it also talks about like the making of the game, which would be cool.
Oh, the
video game.
So it's like the Tetris movie, but Madden.
Yeah, but they're probably going to talk about
movie. Great movie.
Have not seen it. I'm really bad at seeing movies, guys. Give me some recommendations. You can comment on the YouTube and the Spotify if you want to give me some movie recommendations that are must see.
Yeah.
We weren't really a big movie family growing up, so I've missed a lot of them, but would love to watch more movies.
Tetris came out last year.
Yeah, but now I'm like behind on movies, and then I like miss it, and then I'm just like, this is the you and Chappell Roan thing. Like I miss the train, and I just don't bother to jump on.
But no one jumped on the Tetris train. I'm trying to get people to jump on it because it was a great movie.
All right, I will look into seeing what it's on. What's it on?
And I could tell you, but you are gonna like it.
Are or aren't?
Aren't.
Oh, okay.
It's on Apple TV.
I don't have Apple TV, so
GOAT streaming service, Apple TV. Come on the show.
Come on the show. Come on, Apple. Apple, come on the show.
Yep.
We will move this podcast to Apple TV if you really want us to.
So
Exclusively.
So fast. I heard they're cutting their budget because they're not getting enough viewers. So
we can bring our 20 viewers.
We'll be like the cheapest product you guys have.
Yeah.
We will sell out to Apple so cheap. It's not even.
Listen,
people are fathom how cheap.
People are probably gonna be like, "Oh, you guys sold out. You guys sold out." But like nowadays, if you don't sell out, people are gonna wonder if people asked you to.
Yeah, shout out Connor for real.
Connor for real. Pop star, never stop, never stopping. A movie I did see.
There you go. Movies.
There we go.
Bringing it back around.
Andy Samberg. We love Andy Samberg. Big hot rod guys here.
Also come on the show. Apple and Andy Samberg come on the show.
Andy Samberg, all of Lonely Island come on the show. I have a hot rod tattoo. So that just shows how dedicated I am to hot rod. So that's
life short, stunt it.
Life short, stunt it. But yeah.
Do you have anything else for movies and TV? Because I do actually. If you don't.
I don't think so. I have something for another form of media.
Medium. You've been watching Long Island Medium?
Yeah. Only
that would have been very funny if you're like, I've just been binge watching Long Island Medium lately.
Yeah, who am I? Your mom?
Yeah, I feel like she did used to watch that.
She used to watch. I feel like every time I was over your house,
I used to watch it back in the day.
Great show.
It could have been anyone in our house that turned it on. Whoever was sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah,
it was electric.
I have a different form of media that I want to talk about. But go for your movie first, and then we'll get into.
It's actually a TV show.
Oh, TV show.
This week I watched Steph Curry's new show, Mr.
Yes,
Throwback,
I've been meaning to get to that.
and I
just
was
have
pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be awful,
okay.
but it was actually sure, it wasn't like roll on the ground laughing and da da, but I enjoyed it. I put one episode on, and I was playing College Football 25, and then I had that on the other TV. Ended up watching the whole season, the
That's
whole first
awesome.
season, just binged it right through. And so it was pretty good. I do recommend it. I thought it was
Okay.
funny. The main character, he's kind of underrated. He was in Happy Endings, which is the
Okay.
show that Damon Wayans Jr. left New Girl for.
Mm-hmm.
But then Happy Endings kind of crashed and burned. But he was
Yeah.
pretty funny in Happy Endings.
Okay.
And now he gets a role in Mr. Throwback, which I enjoyed.
Starring
Very funny
alongside
show.
Steph Curry's got to be awesome. He seems just like a
Yeah,
great
very
dude.
interesting dynamic. Steph's pretty good in it. Like, he doesn't. Sure, he's not an amazing actor, but he pretty much just seems like Steph, which is all you can ask for.
Maybe that's something we can see him getting into later on, like when he can commit time to it. He'll actually be a decent actor as well.
Yeah, one thing I did notice, they almost never call him Steph in the show. It's Stephen.
Okay.
So I'm like, I wonder, does he not like to be called Steph?
Maybe.
Is it specific? I'd like to get a number count comparing it. It was almost exclusively Stephen. There were some Stephs.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There were some Stephs, but Stephen 90% of the time based on my reading.
Well, it's based off of the guy was his teammate in middle school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe back in middle school he got called Stephen all the time. So and then he kind of shifted towards Steph at some point. I don't know. I haven't seen any of it.
Everyone in the show pretty much all call him Stephen.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Maybe we'll do a deep dive on that and figure out what.
Come on the show, Steph Curry.
Come
on the show, Apple, Andy Samberg, and Stephen Curry.
Yeah, Stephen Curry. Come on the show. We'll call you whatever you want us to call you.
Yeah, we'll call you Chef Curry.
Stephen Wardell.
LeBron's dad.
Whatever
you want. Bronny's grandfather.
Yeah. We'll do whatever. Well, we both know that Jimmy Butler is LeBron's father.
That's true. Shout out Krispy Kreme, aka Froggy Fresh.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess we kind of shifted into music with Froggy Fresh. Did you listen to Post Malone's album?
I haven't. Somebody asked me that, and I was like, my answer was, I'm still so glued to Gambino's album that I forgot to check out Post Malone's.
I had that in my other notes that I wanted to talk about Gambino's album because we haven't done that on here yet.
So good.
And our love for that. But I was cutting my friend John's grass yesterday. I was like, you know what? Let me throw this Post Malone country album on. It'd be great music for cutting the grass. And I was pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of really good features on there. A lot of good songs. And it's just talking about Post Malone and Gambino range on those guys, just to be able to do so much
both
different
can do it all
music. And also just the respect that Post Malone has gotten from the country community. I'm not a giant fan of country music. I enjoy country music, but there's songs that I really like.
Fan you wear around your neck.
Yeah.
Not like a big box fan, but you wear it around your neck like a festival.
Yeah, but not to Disney World because there's no magic there.
There's no magic. No magic there.
So, I've had a very polarizing love for country music. There's some songs I love.
Mm-hmm.
I love some songs, and some songs I'm like, this song sucks. I don't. But there were no songs on that album where I was like, oh, this is something that I don't like. So I enjoyed it.
No Chief Keef songs.
No Chief Keef.
Don't like. But I've enjoyed all the singles that I've heard from it. Just haven't taken the time to listen to the album all the way through. I need to though, because I'm a big Posty guy.
Yeah, shout out Post Malone. Come on the show.
Yes, come on the show. Apple, Andy Samberg,
Stephen Curry,
specifically Curry, and Post Malone. But yeah, it's like a cognitive test. By the end of the show, can you name everyone that we've invited on the show?
And I feel like we're gonna invite a lot of people. I feel like we have a good chance to invite a lot of people this episode. Before we get into Gambino's album, did you listen to Chance the Rapper's new song?
I didn't know he had a new song.
Yeah, he dropped a new song. Let me get the exact name of it. On Friday. I should have put this in my notes. But it was pretty good. I think he has an album coming out too. It was called Bad Boys 2. I should be able to remember that with Joey Pert.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was really good. It's like a 2-minute ish song, but I enjoyed it. I only listened to it like once, but I was like, oh yeah, Chance could be back. The album could be really cool. I do remember either him or Gambino saying that there was an album that they made together, but it just never got released. I don't know if that's due to
Yeah, that's true. That does sound familiar.
Issues with the ownership or what, but
Give
if
us
that
the
came
album.
out, that'd be awesome.
Who would Martin Shkreli buy it or whatever that guy's name is?
Probably. Chance the Rapper, come on the show.
Yeah, Chance, Gambino, come on the show. Apple, Andy Samberg, Stephen Curry,
Post Malone,
Post Malone, Chance the Rapper, and Childish Gambino.
Yeah, but like you said, I have also been glued to the Childish Gambino album.
Yeah.
To the point where I was listening to a podcast before, when I got to work. When I got off of work, I got in my car, and Spotify usually just plays what I was listening to last. Spotify put on Brando Stone and the New World, and I wasn't even mad. I think that AI was trying to destroy me because they know so much about me? Maybe. But
sure,
it's a great album. If you're listening to it straight through, it's a no skip.
So good. Even the interludes.
Yeah, even the interludes are
really good.
catchy. You close your eyes and you can just picture yourself somewhere else. What would you say your favorite song on that album is?
So I've kind of been going through waves.
Okay.
With which one's my favorite. Right now, I think like this week it's been, well, I guess it's Monday now, but this past week it was Yoshi Yona.
Oh, such a great song.
The week before it was Lithonia.
Mm-hmm.
This week I feel like Dadvocate's kind of picking up some steam early on this Monday, so
yeah,
it's such a good album.
Yeah.
It's the fourth ever Luke Schultz official no skip album. Okay. So that's high praise. And yeah, shout out to Gambino because he went hard.
I really love Running Around. It feels like punk rock vibes, which is like my favorite kind of music.
Yep.
But it's just the whole thing, top to bottom, is so fun to listen to, and you get that like old Gambino when he like just started and released like his EPs and camp and like the rapping. But then you also get like the other stuff that he's released interesting, where he's got some soul in it.
He kind of takes you through his whole discography. Yeah. Like you go from camp to like Kawhi to, I feel like you don't get a lot of like the Me and Your Mama.
Yeah.
Maybe it's mixed in a little with that, like some of the lines in Lithonia where he's very aggressive.
Yeah.
But just, the range it's an awesome album. So good.
So good. What are your other Luke Schultz official no skips? Because I've been looking at albums that I have as Caleb Crane official no skips. I only have 3 on there right now, but I'm going to start listening to like albums all the way through just to remind myself of great albums.
So I'll preface this by saying this isn't to say these are the best 4 albums ever. They're just like the first one was the first time that for whatever reason I was like, man, that's a no skip album. Doesn't mean there aren't others. And I've that I've listened to before that. But anyway, and these aren't ranked, they're just in order of when I added them. The first one is Home State by Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
Excellent album. Song. No skip album. So good.
Leaving New Orleans.
Yes, great.
Great song.
Great song. Great album. Second one is Harry's House by Harry Styles.
Great
Fantastic.
Album.
Obviously, like I said, no skip. Really good album. That guy is like somehow flies under the radar, but obviously is like huge. I just feel like he's very big with like a certain age demographic, but he should be big with every age demographic because he's so good.
27-year-old white guys probably doesn't always fit that demographic. But we both love Harry Styles. Hey, Harry Styles, come on the show.
You can join the whole gang that's coming on the show. Next week's show is going to go crazy.
It's going to go crazy. Numbers are going to be through the roof.
Yeah. So Home State by Jordan Davis, Harry's House by Harry Styles. Number 3 is a little contentious because you listen to the first 10 seconds of the album, you're either going to hate it, you don't get it, it's the weirdest music ever, or you're gonna love it and think it's so unique. And that is "How Do You Sleep at Night" by Tizo Touchdown.
Okay.
I love
Still
it. It's
haven't listened
super
to him
unique.
much.
It's he has such a unique sound,
Mhm.
very different, very fun, very cool. But I totally understand for anyone that listens to it and is like, I thought it was weird, because it is weird. But it's you
Yeah.
either just you get it or you don't. It doesn't make your music taste better or worse. You just do
Yeah.
or don't.
Yeah.
I happen to enjoy it, so that was a no skip for me. And then Bando Stone, The New
Yeah.
World being the fourth one.
Yeah. So I have two that you have. You
Okay.
know, the new Gambino.
And
also
probably I'm
have
gonna guess Home State.
Home State. Love that.
Yep.
I feel like we both kind of put each other on to Jordan Davis around the same time.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, I don't know, like I think I might have gotten your cars like, hey, have you heard this guy, Jordan Davis? You're like,
And
I
I'm
was
like,
going to tell you about Jordan
literally,
Davis.
Bro, it wouldn't surprise me. Don't get me started on the breaking free story.
Oh man, we can let's just get into that.
Yeah.
So
you want to tell it or me?
I can tell it because
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
So me and Luke were driving to the beach. I think were Max and Molly with us.
Maybe it was definitely a group.
Yeah, it was a group of people. Luke had an iPad that he would play music off of, and the person in the passenger seat could queue up songs. And I was DJing. I feel like I have a good range of music and have a good flow of like how music should go. We were very, very good songs for like singing. And I was like queuing up some songs, and I like queued Breaking Free up and moved it to the top. And Luke like leans over and is like, hey, play Breaking Free next. And I almost jumped out of the car.
You should have seen Caleb's face. Like, you would have thought I had like some like secret way of seeing his cue. I had no idea. And mind you, this isn't like, it would be easy if it was some song. Like, don't get me wrong, we love Breaking Free, but it wasn't like we had listened to it. Flying. But it wasn't like we had played it the whole way there, and this was the way back. Neither one of us, one of us had listened to it in years.
Yeah,
just a song we happened to both love. Hadn't listened to it in years, and randomly, I'm like, "Yo, Caleb, cue up Breaking Free. And like, let's go."
Probably the look I gave him, because he was like, he was kind of confused, because he was like, why would you not play that song?
Yeah, because I thought Caleb was like confused with me as to like, why would you ask for that song? That's a crazy request. And I'm like, I know you like this song. And I saw right at the top of the queue, right about to come on, and it was crazy. And then the whole car very much enjoyed it when it came on, because who doesn't?
But then
that was unreal.
My third is a great album in my opinion. I haven't listened to it for a while, but I threw it on the other day. I was cleaning up around the apartment. Divide by Ed Sheeran is
okay. I'd have to give it a re-listen.
I listened to it. I was like, yeah, I do not skip any of these songs. There's some like fast-paced songs. There's some slow-paced songs.
That like Don't, or is that
that's Shape of You?
Shape of You. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So it has Shape of You on it. Is that album?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's good.
And I think there probably was a point where I was still listening to the radio because I didn't have, great system in my car to have an aux, where Shape of You just played so many times where I would have skipped that song just because it was overplayed. But I think looking back on it, I'm like, you know what? Great song.
Great songs on this album.
Yeah, now it's cooled off. I'm like, yeah, this Ed Sheeran album is a no skip. So I'm looking for a fourth. I think I'm going to dive into some like Blink-182 albums because I love them a lot. Again, punk rock. And just
force yourself. It won't be a no skip, but force yourself one of these days to listen to How Do You Sleep at Night, because it's just very unique, and I would like to hear your take on it, because Tizo is listed as, I think his genre is listed as like punk rap or something like that, which is like very unusual. So I don't know. You might like it. You might hate. Like I said, most people hate it or love it. Like it's weird or they love it. So I would recommend it.
Great. Yeah. I would like to give it a try. I want to dive into new music, new movies. Comment albums that you want us to listen to, that you think are no skips.
Maybe we'll do a little review.
Yeah. We have a couple more things to get to. Luke, I teased that I had an idea for something that I just wanted to throw on you.
Yeah, you did.
Do you want to do that now?
Sure.
So me and Luke used to play this game where we would take like, oh, we're going to take the top 3 cereals and top 3 like serial killers, and you have to rank them in a list together.
Yeah, we can try this. This is going to be hard to. It's confusing. It's really confusing, but we'll try it.
But Luke, that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, give me your top 3 cereals and serial killers. Rank them 1 to 6.
And for clarity, this is based on they're independently based, but in the same rank. So
yes,
it would be like, is Captain Crunch as good of a cereal as Jeffrey Dahmer is as famous of a serial killer?
Yeah.
So I would go number 1, CTC.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's number 1 on my board. Can't be beat. You cannot beat the milk.
You gotta go CTC.
The
number
milk
1.
after just puts it way above. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You can buy that. They bottle that.
Yeah, I didn't. I have heard about that. But something about just making it organically.
Yeah, that organic CTC milk, not this processed stuff in the store. No, we make it our own.
Yeah.
CTC number 1. I'm gonna go. I would go back-to-back cereal here, but CTC is just so far and away the best that I think we'll go serial killer next, and we will do the Zodiac Killer because he's never been caught. I saw some guy on TikTok recently that truly, wholeheartedly, 100% believes his grandfather, who has since passed, was the Zodiac Killer. He explained everything, and I was like, this is kind of cool, but I don't feel like listening to the whole thing, so I favorited it. So I'll let you guys know what I hear if I ever go back and watch it. I have so many favorites that I just have not gone back.
Yeah, I don't go back to watch any of them.
Yeah, favorite all of our TikToks, by the way. So CTC number 1, Zodiac number 2. I'm gonna go Dahmer at 3.
Okay.
At 4, I'm gonna say, and people aren't gonna like this, but Cinnamon Life.
Okay.
I love Cinnamon Life.
We just love
heavy
cinnamon.
on cinnamon here. Yeah, heavy on cinnamon here, but Cinnamon Life rocks.
It's also not like a punch in your face flavor. Like you get the crunch,
no, it's a subtle
you get the slight cinnamon flavor, but you know you're eating something. So it's like it's a good one.
It's like watered down. That makes it sound gross though, but it's like less flavor Cinnamon Toast Crunch almost.
Yeah,
but in a good way.
In a good way.
Very hard to explain unless you've had both. But so that's the first 4. At 5, we'll go with Lucky Charms.
Okay.
Love me some Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't really. I was gonna say they're for kids, but I like them anyway. But that's tricks. So
they're magically delicious.
Yeah, magically delicious, and
won't
that's the thing. We don't even know. You won't. No magic there. That quote's probably so wrong this whole time. He probably said that if you're looking for treasure, that would make way more sense. Regardless. Don't even need to explain that really. I mean, just a great cereal.
Yeah.
And number 5, I'll go John Wayne Gacy.
Wow, Ted Bundy missing the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Ted Bundy, he would never last in today's game. He can't play in today's era.
No, he was murdering plumbers.
Yeah, he was murdering plumbers, bro. No way. We do not condone any of those people. Nor do we stand them or fan them. Don't condone serial killers. We do condone cereal, and I'm a killer of CTC.
Yes, sir.
So
Luke, if you want to bring one next week, you can set me up.
I'll think of something.
I kind of like this. It's something that we used to do for hours.
It's the Tizo touchdown of lists because you either get it and you're like, this is fun, or you don't get it and you're like, this is the stupidest, weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So if you don't like it,
Tizo, come on the show and do a list.
Next week is going to be 30 seconds of us being like, hey, welcome. We have Ed Sheeran on the show, and then cut.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I wish we had like a budget. I was gonna say a really big budget. A budget. We don't. It would need to be big, but we don't even have a budget. But and we just got a bunch of cameos of all the people that we said come on the show.
Some of them are gonna be expensive.
You need quite a budget for that.
Yeah, but I think after that we have, a couple more things that we can talk about. Some things we might not get to. Do you want to do Facebook Marketplace stuff?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. I have one ready though. I can show you. You can start.
You want to I'll send you what I found. I had someone send me this, and I was like, I need your permission, but I want to talk about that on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, you just have to look at it. You have to look at the picture. You have to look at the description is what really got me with this. Luke, I think he's gonna be editing this. He'll be able to throw.
Yeah. You'll be able to see it. So it's It says Mr. and Mrs. Outlasted Marriage Cornhole Boards. It's very funny. Mr. and Mrs. Tucker Cornhole Boards.
And then the description says, perfect cornhole boards for a project piece. I can promise they're stronger than the marriage was.
I like the little shrug.
The shrug
emoji. Stronger than the marriage. What are you going to do?
That's so funny.
Marriages.
That's the main one. I also found a mystery machine, 1995 GMC Vandura for $5,000.
Caleb, you're never going to believe this.
Do you have that too?
Because, no. My Facebook find of the week is a GMC Vandura.
Oh.
I'm sending it to you now. And it's incredible.
Oh, yes.
So, as you guys can see, this is a GMC Vandura painted like a cow with a big old cow on top with
That's awesome.
big old udders hanging out the back. And it says, got cookies. So, yeah, I know. I was
say,
sadly, only $3,500. What a steal.
We could have tried to raise money for it, got the listeners, and then we could have recorded out of the back of the cookie mobile.
Out of the back of the cow udders.
That'd be so awesome.
We need this in pigeon form. We can record out of that.
Okay.
Giant pigeon.
If any of our listeners want to buy us a van with a big pigeon on it,
yes,
we'll go state to state.
Someone got an absolute steal, man. $3,500. I like to think whoever bought it is not like returning it to form as a cookie vendor. It's just like they need a car to get to work.
That'd be so awesome.
Just driving around in that. It'd be so cool.
Yeah, we need that. I need pictures of that thing on the road.
Yes.
Man, of course, our searches are the same.
Yeah, both got Venduras.
Do we want to get into the starting five, and then we can maybe end with the last thing that I have if we have time for it?
Sure.
Yeah. So starting five this week. We're doing
draft first.
If you're on YouTube, you saw the thumbnail. We're doing the starting five of mascots. But we're doing not like live mascots like a bull or something like that, but we're doing like the people in the mascots.
It's mascots vague, kind of open-ended, but we're not taking live. Like you can't take we're not doing college anyway, but you couldn't take like UGA.
Yeah.
From
so we're doing the big four sports. So NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA.
Also a little bit of a different format this week. So if you feel like dropping some feedback, let us know, text us, DM us, tweet us, whatever. Yeah. And let us know if you like this better than the basketball starting five layout. This is starting five, and then there's 4 categories, which will be, as Caleb said, NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL. And NHL, and then a wild card.
Yeah. So we're not putting them in basketball team form?
I wasn't under the impression we were, but we still can.
I was, so I can change up my draft board a little bit. I was just hoping that because then it just becomes like a top 5 list. We pick the one from each. I think if we threw it in the basketball form, we could still, because some of these guys have vibes of a center.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm first without further ado. Picking this as if I was picking a shooting guard. I'm going to go to the NBA and pick the mascot that when I think of a shooting guard, or when I think of the mascot, I think of this player, and I think of the greatest of all time. I'm going to go with Benny the Bull. Because I feel like when people see Benny the Bull, they think Michael Jordan. And I think that he would have some great handles, he'd be able to shoot and play that shooting guard role.
That's a good pick. Benny's a classic, established legacy. Definitely a guy that, like you said, you think about Jordan. We're talking shooting guards. You can't really go wrong with that. But I am excited that you picked that because that leaves my 1-1 on the board. I'm going with the Nuggets mascot, Rocky.
He was my
Rocky is
my two.
electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Rocky, look up Rocky highlights. There's also rumors that he makes like $700,000 a year because his stunts are so crazy
Yeah.
that he just has to get the check. So he really embodies Caleb's hot rod tattoo.
Yeah. Life short, stunt it.
Life short, stunt it. So shout out Rocky. Snake draft, I go back to back here, and since I've already got my NBA pick, I'm gonna roll into my NFL with Jackson DeVille.
Okay.
Another stunt guy. As you can see, a trend here, big stunt guy.
Yeah.
If we're assuming Rocky is my point guard, Jackson feels like kind of that small forward.
Yeah.
Kind of need him to do it all, offense and defense. Just bring the energy, bring the electricity. Jackson DeVille.
Yeah. Great. I like that pick. It's a good pick. Jackson DeVille's fun. I've been to a couple Jags games, and he is electric. I'm gonna go. I think we could go MLB here, because it's hard. It's hard to have a mascot list without having the Philly fanatic on it.
Yep, he was high on my list.
I think I was thinking more of like a power forward for him.
Yeah,
big guy, but he's also fun and gets the crowd going. I'm probably gonna leave one for that I had for like a specific basketball layout in the NHL, but I'll probably just save him for the honorable mentions. But I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Youppi from the Canadiens. Just the big redheaded guy. I think he's hilarious and just a funny mascot. Yeah, Youppi. And his name's spelled with an exclamation point, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I like that. I'm looking at that now.
I was going to put it as a center. Just a big guy that is going to not let anybody buy him.
Youppi is basically just Blutman.
Yeah.
If you guys are familiar with Mostly Sports. Shout out Mostly Sports, come on the show.
Yeah. Mark, congratulations on your wedding.
He's just, congrats, shout out. Yeah, Youppi just looks like Blutman, so shout out Blutman. That leaves me, right? I'm my next pick.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go head to head with the NHL centers. The orange ones, specifically, I'm taking Gritty.
Okay, great. Great
Gritty.
one.
Gritty's a wild card. He's an absolute wild card. But you put him at center, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, to be clear, not my wild card pick. He's my NHL pick. But he's a wild card.
Yeah.
That guy is an absolute dog. Actually, I don't know what he is. Definitely not a dog, probably.
No, definitely not.
But he's something.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but he's something.
For sure.
So that leaves, I still need MLB. I'm down to just my wild card now, right?
I think MLB, right?
Oh, MLB. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So for MLB, I kind of want to put this guy at point guard. Can I change Rocky to shooting guard?
Sure.
Or is it locked in? Okay. So Rocky's my shooting guard. Yeah, we literally make the rules. I could put him at coach if I wanted to.
Yeah.
This guy's. I'm gonna go with the Oriole bird. Just feels like a small, elusive, like looks athletic, kind of mascot. I feel like he'd make a really good point guard. And I like that his name is just the Oriole bird.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna make like a fun name. He's just the Oriole bird.
Yeah, that's good.
Not even the Baltimore Oriole. They couldn't even do that. He's the Oriole bird.
The Oriole bird. So I have my last two picks here, right?
Yeah,
I have a need for
NFL, right? And wild card.
And I would be disappointed in myself if I didn't take Steely McBeam.
Steely McBeam. He's going to bring some grit to the team.
I think he's going to be probably my point guard. He's going to be a point guard that gets rebounds, and goes after the ball, but also wants to get his teammates involved. Just like those steel workers, like they want to make sure they look out for everybody else on the team. Had to get Steely McBeam. Maybe not the most flashy pick.
Great pick.
But as a Steelers fan, I have to have Steely McBeam on the team.
Yeah, and that's a good pick. I mean, that's a hard-nosed guy. It's a culture fit. He's gonna establish a culture on that team.
Yeah, and then my last pick, go with my small forward. This is one of my favorite mascots. Like if you told me that I had to pick my favorite mascots, you were like, give me your 2 favorite mascots. This probably is, he's top 2, and he might probably not 2. I'm going with Dinger for the Colorado Rockies.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So I was debating between him and the one I'm now going to pick.
Yeah, because I just think the video of like when they introduced him and him coming out of the egg, but also as a small forward, like he's gonna be a beast on defense. Dinger is one of my favorite mascots of all time.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like it. In my research of mascots, I just wanted to refresh. I like to think I have a decent mascot knowledge, but I wanted to make sure I was up to date. Did you know the Diamondbacks used to, or maybe still do, have a rally monkey? A real life monkey?
Really?
It's electric. In your free time, look up Diamondbacks. I think it's the Diamondbacks rally monkey.
Okay.
It's electric.
That's awesome.
I can't pick him. Real animal. Also, he might have went down. I think he was the rally monkey a while ago. But who knows? Monkeys live a while.
Not Harambe.
With that being said, yeah, our sweet prince. With that being said, my wild card pick is going to be the Colts mascot, Blue. Blue is just a great troll. Like he's gonna be a Draymond Green role. He's gonna play the power forward for us.
Yeah.
He's gonna get in your head. He's going to make you mad. You're gonna commit a tech. He's gonna have you thrown off your game for sure because Blue is a menace.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that pick a lot. Shout out Noah, big Colts fan. Come on the show.
Come on the show.
But
shout out Blue. Come on the show.
Come on the show, Blue. But yeah, there's a lot of Clark, the Chicago Cubs mascot.
Yeah.
He's a fun one. We're also just putting out full government here. We didn't want to just say what they played for. Sir Purr, I just always think of the video of Robbie Anderson being like, that's what you call him? Like, yeah, that's his name.
Sir Purr.
Sorry, Robbie Chosen. Come on the show.
Chosen Anderson.
Go the Gorilla from Phoenix.
Oh my gosh. I have him in my notes and I meant to pick him.
Wow.
I would have I'm not gonna say who I would have rather had him over because we have a team. I don't wanna,
the team
these are the players I'm committed to. But bro, the Suns gorilla is literally one of the all-time mascots. And I love that he's just like a gorilla. Like, it's not, first of all, what does that have to do with the Suns? Second, he's not like these bulky mascots. It's just like a regular gorilla costume, it's like the guy on SpongeBob.
From SpongeBob.
Yeah. It's literally, oh man, I'm upset. I forgot to take him.
Yeah, he was high on my list. I think that if I didn't take Dinger, I was going to go with him. But yeah, there are some fun mascots.
We have another honorable mention that has to be mentioned. He didn't qualify, but he can't go unmentioned.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm thinking of?
I probably should, but I don't.
It's NC Dino's Swole Daddy.
Oh, Swole Daddy.
I mean, Swole Daddy is all time. If he qualified, he would have been my 1-1.
Yeah. And then the one
that dude rocks.
The one for the NHL I had was Al the Octopus for the Red Wings. I don't know if you saw this in your digging. It's just a giant octopus that they kind of lower above the rink, and it's like,
and no one's inside.
No one's inside.
Okay, that's crazy.
But I was like, man, that would be a great center. It's just a giant octopus.
Just get in the way.
Arms just getting in the way.
Yeah,
Could be a lot of fun.
Have you ever seen the video of Rocky passing out on the zip line?
Yes. Yeah.
Or like when he's being suspended, he's just like hanging there.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
So funny. And then
Rocky's a legend, though. He also laid a kid out at a Broncos game in a guest appearance. Awesome.
This is probably going to get us some hate. probably from him, the man himself, but Blooper not getting picked.
Yeah, he shouldn't get picked though. He's soft.
Yeah, he's soft, fat.
And that's not even stealing someone's bit. He just is.
Yeah.
Like, he's just soft. I don't even trying to start a thing. I'm not stealing bits. He just is.
Yeah.
He's soft.
Yeah.
Like, if he met up with Swole Daddy, it would be over.
Yeah,
be
lights out. Lights out. I mean, we're at an hour, but we could keep going, or we could save it for next week. The one last thing I had. We could go a little bit over if you want, but probably only take a couple minutes.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah. Let's leave a teaser.
We'll do it next week, and we'll plan ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Next week could get a little argumentative.
Yeah.
If that's the word I'm looking for.
If you like arguments between
if you like fights,
friends.
If you like two friends superly getting into a fight.
Yeah. You
maybe tune in.
Tune in next week.
The show might be it. Next week's show.
Be it, honestly.
It might end the
episode
show.
5. Episode 5 is the last one. We might not even post it. So if we don't post next week, we just got in a huge fight. A super fight. And it just ruined our friendship.
Shout out to us, by the way. Come on the show, us. We did. So
yeah, shout out to us.
We came on the show. But that's not even why. I read a stat that most podcasts, what was the stat? It was only last 3 episodes?
I thought it said that they were under 3 episodes.
Or not most. Yeah, it was like 48%
fail
are under 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't think we mentioned it last episode. This is episode 4. So
episode
golf
4.
clap for us. That's a great, we're not in the 48% that was under
we're in
3
52%.
episodes. So.
And we're going to keep grinding.
Probably even more because we're at 4 now. How many make it to 4?
Yeah, so we're going to keep grinding. We're going to put this out even if people aren't necessarily listening to it because we're having fun.
Yep.
We're having fun. I'm learning how to edit and use Photoshop a little bit. So shout out to us. We're learning some new skills and we're having fun.
Learning on the fly.
Yeah. So Luke, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LukeSchultz56, and you can find our socials. Twitter is Yellin, no G, Yellin at Pigeons. On Twitter, we just recently got verified. Totally didn't pay for it. It was definitely given to us.
Thanks, Elon. Come on the show.
For legacy check. Yeah, come on the show, Elon. So that's cool. Instagram, I think, Yelling at Pigeons Pod.
Yes.
Or just Yelling at Pigeons. Yelling at Pigeons Pod. Bro, I know ball. And TikTok is Yelling at Pigeons with a G.
Yeah, and you can find me, Caleb P. Crane on Twitter, Caleb Crane 12 on Instagram if you want a little deeper look into my life. I post random things, stuff from life. But go follow on those things. Subscribe on YouTube. I don't want to beg for likes because that's
classic. Like and subscribe.
It does help. We talked about, but if you like us and want to see us succeed, maybe you don't. If you don't want to see us succeed,
or
watch
Spin Zone, maybe you hate us and want to see us fail. We need to get to a certain point to where it becomes a failure. Maybe you help us rise and then fall. Yeah, and you can help us. You can do the rise part right now with a like and subscribe.
And now rise.
Yeah, and then fall.
And then fall. That's the episode. We'll talk to y'all next week. Luke.
And I will end it correctly.
You end it correctly.
I'm going to end it correctly right now. All right, guys. We will talk to you next week. Peace. I haven't even hit it yet. I'm still. This is between me and you. I'm not hovering over the thing that says leave. I'm hovering over the one that says stop.
Are we gonna cut this or are we gonna keep this in?
Yeah. We'll cut this. We'll definitely cut this.
Yeah.
100% for sure. We'll cut this. Okay, here we go.
Bye.